Hey, welcome to Keight Crafts. I'm Keight. Today I would like to share with you a prickly card. Let's get started. So to kick things off, I am using some new Rainbow Ever After Lawn Fun paper in Fairy Godmother, and I've gone ahead and used the large stitched rectangle die to cut out my panel here, and then we're going to use the reversed stitch scallop circle to cut out a bit of a window. So I'm just going to use my ruler here to kind of give me an idea of where I need to be. Don't worry, this isn't another shaker card. I kind of shaked myself out last time. So once I've gone ahead and cut that off out on camera, I'm going to remove the Hedgehugs washi tape. But I thought I would show you a little bit of the porcupines here. Now, if you have both of these sets, that one will work and that one will work, but that one won't work. So that way you don't have to cut apart those little arms. Next up, I've gone ahead off camera and used some Recollections brand sparkly paper as well as a shimmer cardstock that will match the Ever After paper that I have. And then I'm just going to glue all of these guys together and let them sit for a minute. Now I am using some new to me Kohl's ABCs. I had seen these not too long ago on clearance and thought I would pick them up, and boy am I glad I did. I kind of like how these are very straight and narrow. Don't get me wrong, I do love the Henry's ABCs, but I thought I would switch things up today and use these ones instead. Now you could use just about anyone if it fits within the card, but I don't know, I thought I would give these guys a go. So once I've got all those guys lined up, I'm going to cut out an extra little piece of the Ever After paper in the Fairy Godmother, and I'm just going to cut 1.5 inches, and then I'm going to cut it down to about 4, so that'll fit inside my panel. And once I've got that cut out, we are going to line up all of the prickly letters onto our mat here to get an eyeball of where we need to be as far as placement is concerned. So bear with me as I line everything up. Now, I'm kind of curious, what did you guys get from the new release? I had to watch my pennies this time around, so I only got a few things, and I have a few things coming to me, and I'm really excited to create with them. I can't wait to get my grubby little fingers on the new interactive one. Off the top of my head, I can't think of it. Oh, wait, no. Let me know in the comments. I've lost my mind. So, yeah, I've got a couple of those coming my way, and recently I was in Stouffville visiting family and attending a funeral, and I was fortunate enough to meet the wonderful ladies at Paper Crafters Workshop, and I was not disappointed. Their store is very cute, and I am so glad I got to meet Sherry and her team in person. They are a great bunch of gals, and I ended up picking up the Rainbow Ever After in the 12 by 12 pack because I figured why not? I figured I'll probably end up doing a few platform pop-ups, and the 12 by 12 is really nice to work with when you're working with larger set dies. So once we've got all that glued down, we're just going to trim off a little hair, and then I'm going to take this We Are Memory Keepers paper rounder, or corner rounder I should say. I got this recently on sale. I couldn't resist. This is something I've wanted in my stash for a while because there's something about rounded corners that just, I don't know, it excites me. So next we are going to take a stamp from the Sometimes Life is Prickly, and we are going to stamp out Sometimes Life Is so we can add this to our card front. And I'm just taking a piece of the Hedgehugs washi tape to mask that off, so I just get that. And then I took a banner die from the Sentiments die, and I'm kind of wondering what I'm going to do with it right now. So I've got the prickly all glued in, and I'm thinking, where am I going to put this guy? But then I think, I could probably use that to ground my little hedgehog, or porcupine. Porcupine. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue to that end there, and we are going to tuck that right behind that little scallop there, and we're going to press it in place. And then I'm just going to make sure that that's relatively lined up. And then once I'm happy with that, we are going to pull off a lot of those release tape papers. But don't worry, I'm going to add a little bit more here to the sticky foam backs to that, if you know what I mean. So off camera, I've gone ahead and taken apart all of the release tape off the back of our sticky squares here. These are just foam squares that I have in my stash. I'm going to add a little double stick just to the outside around there. I'm not going to pull off the release tape yet from that banner die because I want to make sure that I have enough room to tuck in our little porcupine. So I've got this glitter cardstock left over from the prickly, and I'm going to tape that onto the back of my panel here so that way it covers the window. And then we're just going to double stick along those and add some glue to the back of that panel. And I've gone ahead and cut down a smaller panel here out of white cardstock, and that way I could glue everybody down. So now that I've got an idea of where my porcupine's going to go, I'm going to add a bunch of glue to the back because we are gluing on glitter cardstock. Now this is a no-shed cardstock, but it does have some grit to it. That's why I'm using liquid glue. So then I'll take off the release tape and very carefully try not to bend that. I'm going to add a little glue for some double stick, pat that down, and now we can go ahead and add on our sentiment. Now I thought about adding some foam tape to this, but this has got enough dimension. So we're just going to add a little bit of this Bearly Arts glue to the panel here, and then we're going to smash that down onto our card front. And once that's done, we are going to take some clear crystalline gems from High Supply. Now they look yellow, but they're actually iridescent and they pick up whatever color you're working with. So off camera, I've gone ahead and cut out a card base, scored and folded it. We're going to add some tape runner to the card base itself, and then I'm going to double stick with some glue on the panel. Make sure I've got a good adhesion because this is going to go in the card pile. And we're going to pick that up, line it up, make sure everything's good and mashed. And here you have my finished card. I really hope that you enjoyed this Sometimes Life is Prickly card because sometimes it is. And I hope this card finds you well. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care.